The sun came up like gold behind the trees. I realized I had crossed the line. I was in the land of freedom. It felt so glorious. I had to look at my hands to see if I was still the same person. It felt like I'd gone to heaven. I was free. I was free. I was free. I was free. But I was all alone. Ain't nobody up there. And I was free, but my people were still back in that slavery. And I could hear their moans and groans. And I said, oh, Lord Jesus, I was going to go back. If you go with me, I was going to go back. And I'm going to bring my people up to freedom so they could be free. That the children can go to school and learn to read and write. And you could get a job and you keep the money and take care of your children. And you could go here and there and be in joy and love. So I went back 13 times. And my train never jumped the track. Never did. Never did. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Unity, for allowing me to be here. Reverend Terry, I really appreciate this opportunity to bring Harriet to you all and to bring my little message to you all. Thank you. Synchronicities is what we're talking about. And Harriet Tubman has been a part of my life for 25 years. I've been portraying her all over Washington State for over 25 years, schools, churches, colleges, wherever they have me. And it's been great. It was great. I also have written books about Harriet. So Harriet's been a part of me for a long time. And I see her as a mentor. She's a person who believed that God was always with her. She believed that there was nothing that she couldn't do with God in control of her life. You agree with that? That's how she felt, and that's why I feel like she has led me to want to share this message today. And the synchronicities is a beautiful way to put it. I want to thank Reverend Terry. When I came, she talked about prayer and action. And one of my themes is love in actions with the S on it. Because I believe that every word, every thought, everything, every dollar you spend should be done out of love. Wouldn't that make a world of difference if we just did that? But in synchronicities, after I left the church, I started getting this download of this book. There was a couple of other things that added to it. One lady named, I was at a networking group, Alexandra Sylvie Labar just announced her new book, Show Up Scared. And in that conversation, when she was presenting, she asked, what fear is holding you back? And I had to ask myself, why haven't I stepped out and done what I know I'm supposed to be doing? That was sharing my own stories. I've been sharing Harriet's for a long time. I'm happy to learn someone else's story and tell that. But to share my stories, that's a little scary. Not I had lived a horror picture, but the last few years of my life were pretty horrible as I found myself a victim of domestic violence. Then I had to suffer the loss of my firstborn child. Some things just hard to talk about, but sometimes it's important. The reason I tell Harriet Tubman stories is because there's a message in there. Not because she was a slave and she lived as a slave and slavery was such a terrible thing, because of the person she was. She had faith, she forgave, she had compassion, she was courageous, and she had love in her heart that she put in her actions all of her life. So that brought me here today.